Peace and green tea. So what you're looking at is a couple different pictures of Sai Baba, and Sai Baba is one of these saints or one of these gurus that has been known in, like, I think it was like the 1800s or maybe it was the early 1900s, but he's known for miracles, and his teachings went across beyond the limitations of one religion. It was people who were Muslim devotees and Hindu devotees and things of that sort who, follow his words, follow his messages, and saw miracles take place in their life from being around him, taking on his teachings. And people would have experiences where he would make appearances in their life. Someone would go to like a bank of water and they say that they saw him there, and then some miracle would follow them. And it's been always is this thing of people taking his wisdom and his miracle, taking his knowledge and his wisdom, and it will be miracles that were known to take place in a way of like something that is like nothing short of a miracle. Basically, is like that's not supposed to be able to happen. What's interesting is that someone put this picture collage together and put Dr. Sebi over here, and I think it's interesting because, as we know, Dr. Sebi has been known for curing so-called incurable diseases, things that they said that you weren't supposed to be able to cure, and that within itself is a miracle. While there are so many people who had dealt with health issues in these certain areas, Dr. Sebi tapped into the knowledge of what was needed in order to make these remedies to, you know what I mean, to have miracles, to even have people even believe that it's a possibility to cure these so-called things that are incurable. So many people try to like discredit his work because they'll say, oh well, he's not, no one said you had to be a saint. No one ever said the highest knowledge is going to always come to the saintly figure. You get called a saint at the end of your life. You get called a saint after all the work is done. You know what I mean? You could have been a wild boy in those earlier days. Same thing they said about X, same thing they said about all these other people. You're even the Christ figure, they said that his childhood was a wild one. But he had to go through what he had to go through. Sometimes healers get sick just so they can become healers through healing themselves, or see someone they love get sick for them to have to become a healer. And I just think I'm doing this just to simply say, it's interesting that someone is tying the two together and saying that there's a similarity, I guess, that they saw within their appearance, because he passed away, I think, in the early 1900s. And if he came back again, and there is a similarity in the nose, similarity in somewhat in the eyes, and even somewhat in the lips in some of these pictures. But it's interesting stuff because Dr. Sebi wasn't about being flashy, but he was about that work as far as to putting stuff together to create something for people to be healed, and putting his teachings out there to heal people. Him existing alone, even if you never took one of his products, for you even to know about, okay, this is actually possible, was big within itself. So shout out to Sai Baba, and shout out to Dr. Sebi, as shades of both of them. I just thought it was a really interesting thing. And I actually came across this picture after I went to the store to go get Sai Baba incense. I went to the store to get a bunch of things, but I saw some Sai Baba incense, and I said, yo, let me take some of that energy into the space. And then I came home and I saw this picture. So that's only even a bigger confirmation of connecting these things across the board. So if you ever come across the Sai Baba incense, which is usually in a red and gold pack, you might want to grab it and light it with the intention of attracting miracles into your life.